He went to visit his father's friend who were Buddhists, and the children came and they bowed down. What should he do? He should explain to them that earlier we know and we are aware that people bow down for respect, but in our religion this is prohibited. In Islam, bowing for respect is prohibited, therefore please don't do it to us. We know that they are not bowing. The children who came, they didn't bow down to the Muslim because they believe that he's God, or they believe that he's God. No, they came for respect, but that is also prohibited. So you should explain to them what are the rulings of Islam and tell them that please don't do this in future, that it is not allowed, and it's an insult for us also. We cannot accept any human being to bow in front of us. I remember that last month there were some Islamic people who came from Bangladesh to meet me at my house in Putrajaya, Malaysia. They gave me the appointment, about 4 or 5 people, and while they were going, one of them touched my feet. I was shocked. I was shocked that he's being Islamic. I said, what are you doing? I was angry at him. But natural, I told him that this is not permitted in Islam. He felt very embarrassed. I said, you claim to be Islamic workers, and I'm aware that in Bangladesh it is a common custom that even the Muslims in ignorance, for giving respect to Muslim ulama, to Muslim maulana, they touch their feet. It is jahalat. It is ignorant. And this is there in many parts of the world, amongst Muslims also. So don't be shocked that even in Muslim society, many a times, there is bowing and there is prostration also, unfortunately. And I'm aware that in Bangladesh there is a common practice. I told him, and he promised me that in future he will not touch anyone's feet. Because while touching the feet, it's as good as prostration and bowing. It's not permitted. And he told me he'll not do it. And there are many, in many of the Muslim countries where they have this kingship, etc., or sultan, where they have raja, this practice is there. That many of the Muslims, they bow down for respect, which is not allowed. It is not, you cannot bow down. You are doing ruku. You cannot do ruku to anyone besides Allah. You cannot do ruku, you cannot do sujood. Of course, it's not shirk. If they're doing for respect because he's the king or because he's the leader, we know it's not shirk, it's not disbelief, it's not kufr. But it's a major sin. And I remember, I will not take the name, I always, by Allah's grace, Allah gave me the opportunity to meet many of the heads of states and many of the rajas and many of sultans of different country. And once I told the sultan, MashaAllah, you are such a good Muslim, so why do you allow people to bow down? I said, that's in the culture. I said, it's there in the culture, yes, in the past. But when Islam came, Islam has prohibited that. If you did that 1400 years before, or before the Quran was revealed, it was accepted. But after the Quran is revealed, the Prophet has prohibited any human being to bow down to any other human being, to bow down to anyone else except Allah. And he said, I never knew that. So, unfortunately, we have Islamic scholars, we have muftis. They know this ruling very well, but yet, when they come in front of a head of state or a prime minister or a president or a raja or a sultan, they are afraid to speak to them. Why? Are you afraid that you lose your job? So, even in many of the Muslim countries where the rajas and sultans, we found people bowing down. They do full ruku, which is, it is not shirk, but it's not allowed in Islam. So we have to educate them.